Welcome back. Today, we are diving into a project that's trying to completely change the way we think about decentralized finance. Forget that whole siloed, heads down experience you might be used to. We're talking about turning DeFi into a real team sport, a collaborative, community driven adventure.
And really, it all comes down to this one simple sentence from the project itself. This isn't just a marketing tagline, it's their entire mission. Fun, social, and accessible. Three words that, let's be honest, you don't hear paired with DeFi all that often. But that's exactly what PoolParty is trying to fix.
So let's jump in. We all know DeFi is this incredibly powerful thing, right? It offers this brand new financial system built on transparency and giving users control. But it often feels like you're on your own. It's technically tricky, maybe a little intimidating, especially if you're just starting out. And that's the exact problem PoolParty is built to solve. And this comparison just lays it all out so perfectly. The idea is to get away from that lonely feeling of just staring at complex charts and protocols by yourself. The vision here is to completely transform that into a shared journey, one that's all about working together, that's actually fun, and that anyone can get into, no matter how much you already know. Okay, so how do you actually make that happen? I mean, it's one thing to have a great vision, but it's another thing entirely to build a platform that really delivers on that promise of making finance, well, enjoyable. Well, the whole platform is built on these 5 key ideas. First and foremost, a huge focus on community involvement, because getting people to collaborate is the absolute foundation. Then they're aiming for what they call perfect usability, basically getting rid of all the confusing jargon and making complex stuff happen with just a few clicks. It's also about empowering individual investors, so you can join pools with confidence. And on the flip side, it helps pool managers build their own brands with tools to show off their skills. And all of this comes together to create this one thriving ecosystem where everyone helps each other succeed. A great example of this in action is how they get new people started. It's not about just throwing you into the deep end. Instead, they've gamified the whole entry process, turning your first steps into something simple and rewarding. So for a lot of people, the journey might kick off as something as easy as a daily task on Zeely, which is a platform for community engagement. You do a small thing like prove you made a deposit into a pool, and boom, you get rewarded with experience points, or XP. It's a really low-pressure way to get your feet wet and start learning the ropes. Now, a task like that might ask for something called a transaction URL. I know it sounds super technical, but it's really not. Just think of it like a web link. But instead of taking you to a website, it takes you to the permanent public record of your transaction on the blockchain. You can grab it super easily from a block scanner like Scan, and it's how you prove you did what you said you did. And the process itself is unbelievably simple. You just find the deposit in your wallet's history, click on it, which pops it open on the block scanner, you copy that link from your browser's address bar, and you paste it right into Zeely. 4 easy steps, and you've earned your XP. It's a perfect example of that whole perfect